Good evening, and welcome to the Pauline Respress Agency podcast. Tonight, we have another amazing guest for you, Miss Shirley Hooks. Shirley is a single mother of two grown children. She has a 36-year-old daughter and a 32-year-old son. She holds a BA in business administration, and she went back to college, guys, at the ripe age of 45. Shirley has worked in the insurance industry for over 23 years. She is a people person and enjoys vacations and socializing. Shirley and I go way back. We attended the same high school, Strawberry Mansion Junior Senior High, and a few years back, we reconnected. And I was moved by Shirley's latest endeavor, and that's caring for her aging mother who has dementia. And I brought Shirley on to share with us her journey on caring for a mom with dementia and to share with us some best practices she has learned on this journey. A little background on dementia. Dementia is a common illness, and it's a progressive illness beginning with mild memory loss, possibly leading to the loss of the ability to carry on a conversation and to respond to the environment. It involves parts of the brain that control thought, memory, and language, and can seriously affect a person's ability to carry out daily activities. And what may surprise many is that African Americans are far more likely to be affected by dementia than whites. Researchers say that may be partly related to some of the health issues that are more prevalent in the African American community. In 2014 alone, as many as 5 million Americans were living with dementia. The symptoms of the disease can first appear after age 60, and the risk increases with age. Younger people also can be affected by the disease, but it is less common. And the number of people living with the disease doubles every 5 years beyond age 65. And this number is projected to nearly triple to 14 million by 2060. Hey Shirley, how are you?
Hi, Pauline. How are you? Everything is good. What's going on with you?
Oh, I am absolutely fine. Thank you so much for joining us. So, hey, listen, I have a few questions for you. So let's jump right in. So, my first question, Shirley, is tell our listeners when your mom was diagnosed with dementia and how or has the disease progressed?
Yes. Back in I say 2015, I noticed that my mom was forgetting things a lot. So I just equated that to getting older. But we had an episode where one day she called 911 and they came and got her. And they told me because she didn't know where she was and she actually was in her own home. So that is when she had first been diagnosed with dementia. As the years go on, here we are 5 years later, it is really progressing. Um, she forgets a lot of stuff, especially if she hasn't been around you for a while. Oh, she'll confuse names. Her short-term memory is what is affected more. She can go back to things from a long time ago, when she was a child, where she lived, where she came from. I mean, where she was born, her mother, her father, all of those things. But the short-term memory is what affects her the most. And she wakes up sometimes, even in her own home, in a state of confusion. So it is progressing.
Got it. Okay. So, all right, our next question. What has been the greatest challenge and the greatest gift in caring for your aging mother that has dementia?
So the greatest challenge is my mom is already disabled. She had been hit by a car some years ago, and she's had about 4 or 5 surgeries, which she can't get around like she used to. So she walks with a walker. So as time is going on, not only does she walk with a walker, but She has been diagnosed with, I guess, sundown syndrome. That's the other thing. So with the sundown syndrome, it confuses her time. So that is kind of hard. She sleeps during the day and she's up during the night. So like 2 o'clock in the morning, she'll call you and not know what the day is. So we got together, my family and I, and we kind of put some structure around that so she can sleep through the night, because that's the real dangerous part of the dementia. Not only forgetting, but the diagnosis of the sundown syndrome. So that part has really, really been challenging, but with the help of my family, we have gotten through this. The greatest gift, I guess, for it is the closeness that I have with my family and with my mom, because I'm with my mom just about every day. So we have developed a great, great closeness. We already was, but she depends on me a lot more. Her phone is like her weapon, because she knows numbers. Like, we wrote them down for her, and she'll call me at the drop of a hat. And I only live down the street from her. So that is a good, good thing. We are really close. It brought our family a little closer together. So that has been the gift of her really having this disease, that we have rallied with one another to help my mom in her most time of need. We decided not to put her into a nursing home or anything, that we would care for her ourselves, and that's what we've been doing.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for that answer. All right, so let's move to my third question. What have you learned about dementia that has enlightened you the most?
What has enlightened me the most is that I kind of didn't know that it progresses that fast. Like, it seemed like it's going really, really quickly with the thing. Another thing is that it affects your motor skills. So with her being disabled with the walking, her mind tells her sometimes that she can't. So we had to get her a wheelchair. Some days she's good with the she can walk, and some days she's not, and then she goes into these panic attack things. So I have to reassure her, I'm behind you, you're going to be okay, because she used to walk fine with her walker, and now, since dementia, I didn't know, but as I did some study on it, that it messes with your motor skills as well, because it's a disorder. So it really does mess with that. And I also learned that you have to have some sort of structure, because she'll call me and like, what am I doing today? So we plan out her day and let her know with the structure, because she goes to a senior center, but she doesn't go right now because of the COVID-19, that she likes structure. So she knows what's going on. She's pretty good with being okay with it. This is it. This is your day. But when she doesn't have that structure, she's kind of all over the place. So you have to provide structure for people with that disease.
Got it. Got it. All right. So, next question. Tell our listeners, and you kind of touched on this a little bit, but maybe you can give us a little bit more information. Tell our listeners how you and your sister and children work together to care for your mom.
Okay, so we have different schedules, my sister and I, and my niece is the primary caregiver. And also, we did some searching around and we found some services through PCA, which is Philadelphia Corporation for Aging. We got her a like a counselor, and they help us put services in place. So my sister does the lunch. Well, my niece comes in the morning. She gets my mom up. She prepares her breakfast because my mom can't cook anymore. So she puts that together. She gets her ready for the day, and that's her part. Now that COVID-19 is coming about, we had to put together a plan of lunch for her because the senior center is out. Because the senior center, she would go from 9 to 5. That made it a little easier for us. But right now, she's not going. So my sister assists with doing all the doctor's appointments. She pays all the bills, so she helps her with her financial situation because we still let her have her independence. Because we've also learned that you have to keep her in familiar surroundings. And I come in and I do the third shift, which is from 3:30 until it's time to go to bed. And her caregiver also comes in and prepares her dinner and things like that. And I stay with her up until 9:30 until she's tired and she'll go to sleep. And also, the other family members pitch in, like my niece, my sister's other daughter. She comes in and brings the kids over sometimes and see her. Because on the weekends, I totally get her. I get her together. She likes to come out. Now that it's nice, I bring her outside. Her sister is involved. My aunt, she comes over on the weekend, and we had a slumber party not too long ago with me, her, and my aunt. Stayed over at my house and had pajamas, and we did karaoke. My son, he lives in California. He also helped because he got some services in place. He found some things that helped me. Like they told me to get like a camera. So I just recently purchased one so I could purchase a camera so I can put it in her home and kind of watch everything that's going on with her. It's attached to my phone and I can just see what's going on in her house. And my daughter also prepares meals for my mom sometimes when I can. So it's a whole family unit that we all come together and help my mom, which is, her name is Anita, to get, to have structure and to just work on her being okay. Because sometimes she goes through a depression and she feels like she's a burden. So we definitely just all rally around her and give her a lot of love, and we just take care of her.
Well, it truly takes a village, right?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Okay, so finally, can you offer our listeners 5 tips and best practices that you've learned in caring for your mom living with dementia?
Yeah. Okay, so my first tip is you have to let your loved one know that they are loved, because in their mind, it's sometimes they're all over the place, but you got to let them know that you support them, that you love them, because they do go through a form of like depression, and they feel like really bad about themselves sometimes because they can't remember what's going on. Because my mom, she gets that way. So you just got to give them a whole lot of love and let them know that they're loved and that you are there for them. 2 is a big thing. You have to have patience. Dementia patients or people, they repeat themselves a lot. And, it's a lot of repetition with them. But patience is one of the things that will get you through what is going on. Because if you don't, it will make you a little scatterbrained and you'll probably be all over the place. So patience is one great thing. It helps them have self-confidence. It helps them engage more, like if you conversate with them, because dementia patients also, their attention span, sometimes it's really, really, really not there. So you just let them talk. You hear them out. You listen to them, and you have a lot of patience. The third one, I'm sorry, that I know that my mom likes is to make some decisions for herself. It still lets her know that she has a level of independence because she feels like she's losing that. So I do allow her to make decisions for herself. Like she likes to dress herself, but with the disability, sometimes it's hard. So I'll put out 3 outfits for her and maybe 3 pair of shoes, and I'll let her pick out whichever one that she likes, and we'll put it on her. I also, before COVID-19, would give her like two shopping trips out of the month where she could go. I would take her to the store and she could pick out things that she likes, whether clothes, whether snacks in the supermarket, but just some things to let her know that she, is still on you okay and you can do this, boost up her confidence. But I let her make some decisions. I put money in her hand because she likes to have her own money and she likes to pay for her own stuff when she's shopping as well. So that's another decision that I let her make. I also take her to get her hair done. And she has locks. So the girl, her hairdresser, gives her a book and she picks out the style she wants for, that time. So that really makes her happy. So I do things to just make her happy. And she likes that. It gives her a whole boost in self-confidence. So that just really, really brightens her day when she can do things for herself. So sometimes let them, or your parents, your mom, dad, grandparents, whoever, let them make some decisions for themselves. It makes them feel really good about themselves. The third thing is it definitely takes a village. I don't suggest that anyone try to take on this task by themselves. It's very, very, very hard. So it's not something you can do alone. You need help. Your family members, a caregiver, a family friend, the next door neighbor. Also do some research. Find some services in your area. Get your parent, loved one, like a social worker. They can help you pick out home health agencies. They can also assist you with getting extra hours for the home health, the caregiver. They can help you with senior centers if you want to put your loved one in a senior center, like during the day or adult daycare. They can help you, and they are advocates for this. My mom actually owns her own home. So what happens is they came in, the helpers, and did some work in her home for free. They'd given her, they put us in touch with people that do things for free. So they've given my mom a brand new handicapped bathroom downstairs and upstairs in her house. Her heater got broken this winter. They gave her a brand new heater because she still owns her home. So reach out in your state, in your area, in your town, wherever you live. They always help the elderly and they always have things in place to assist with those types of things. So I say it takes a village. It takes everybody. Yes. The fourth thing I took out of it, for me, I connect with other people who are going through the same thing that I'm going through with caring for my loved one. It helps me to talk about it. They can give me pointers and give me tips in my family to figure out, how to do better. They help you just get through the process because sometimes it's very, very sad when you see your loved one slipping away. And I kind of get a little sad sometimes for my mom. But, if you know some other people, some groups, reach out to them, chat with them, talk to them. It will really, really help you or your family to talk about it. Maybe some therapy if you can. Things like that help me on a daily basis to help my mom to do better and to get her better working on some stuff because I had to one day because I felt a little sad because it will get to you again watching your loved one just slip away, and putting my mom away for me was not an option because she is my last parent. My father is going on. I have no grandparents. So she took care of me. So I only feel it's right for me and my family to give back and take care of her. Outstanding. The fifth thing is, again, your mental health. You have to make sure that your mental health is in order because dementia is also a mental disease. So it can, get to your loved one and it can also get to you. So make sure that your mental health is in order. Sometimes take a couple hours out for yourself. Take a walk. I say to relieve some stress because it can be very, very stressful. Do something therapeutic. Read a book. Ride a bike. Whatever you need to do to get your mental state in order, because you can't help her or your loved one if you don't help your own self. So that's my 5 things that I took away from this. And also, one more thing is do some research. Absolutely know what you are working with. We are not doctors, but you need to know what you're dealing with to realize if you can or cannot handle taking care of your loved one with this disease. It's not easy. So if you do some research and find out what you are or what you have to do with, then you can make some better decisions for yourself, your family, and your loved one. You may can do some things to help them stimulate their memory. You can, they say that doctors can give you medicine, but sometimes that's not always a good thing. You can take the holistic approach because there are holistic people, doctors out there that can help you with helping your parent or loved one with the dementia process. So I say, just reach out, find ways, do research, because you have to make sure that you give them the best possible care that you can give them.
Awesome, Shirley. That's some great stuff, Shirley. Stand by while we have a brief message from our sponsor. Thank you so much for joining us, Shirley. I feel like I've learned so much about dementia, and I'm certain that this information is going to help some people out there that are experiencing the same journey as you. So, guys, if you'd like to connect with Shirley, you can reach her via email at shirleyhooks77 at gmail.com. And as always, guys, go forth and do amazing things. My warmest regards, Pauline. Hey, guys. So we've learned a little bit about dementia and its effects. So what I want to offer now is a few tips to help us prevent getting the disease. The first tip is add more fruits and vegetables to your diet. One of the best defenses against this disease appears to be found in the food that we eat. A study published in Alzheimer's and Dementia, the Journal of the Alzheimer's Association, found that people who eat the recommended amount of folate have a much lower risk of developing the disease. Number 2, give your lifestyle an upgrade. The same factors that put you at risk of heart disease, such as high blood pressure and high cholesterol, may also increase the likelihood that you develop Alzheimer's or dementia, according to the Mayo Clinic. Number 3, get active. Numerous studies have shown that exercising even modestly reduces the risk of dementia, including Alzheimer's. Number 4, if you have diabetes, control it. Poorly controlled diabetes is a risk factor for Alzheimer's. So if you have this condition, be sure to eat right and exercise regularly to keep it under control. Number 5, don't overdo omega-6 fats. Omega-6 fats found in most vegetable oils, as well as red meat, poultry, cereals, eggs, and nuts, are essential for a healthy brain, as they help to form the membranes that protect brain cells. However, this is a case where a lot is not necessarily better. A recent study by researchers at the Gladstone Institute of Neurological Diseases in San Francisco found that raised levels of arachidonic acid, a type of omega-6 fat, is associated with Alzheimer's. The researchers believe it interferes with the brain's nerve cells. In the United States, vegetable oils are a major source of omega 6 fats. If you're looking to cut back on it, eliminating processed foods from your diet, which almost always contain vegetable oils, would be a sensible step. Number 6, stimulate your brain. A lifetime of intellectual curiosity and mental stimulation may help to promote brain health, according to the Alzheimer's Association. In fact, numerous studies suggest that stimulating your brain as you age can ward off dementia and cognitive decline. Number 7, stay social. A robust social life also appears to reduce the risk of Alzheimer's, according to a study in the September 2008 issue of Alzheimer and Dementia. Those who participated in home and family activities, visited friends and relatives, attended parties, card games, and other club activities, and also that had home hobbies were less likely to develop the disease, researchers found. So, guys, we're in the coronavirus era. So, since we're not able to actually do a lot of connecting with our friends and family, there is a wealth of online, virtual, social things that you can take part in. So, just head online and look up some activities that will keep you socially stimulated. And finally, relax and stay positive. According to the Center for Healthy Minds, elderly people who experience a lot of psychological stress, i.e., worrying, feeling insecure, or nervous, are more likely to show signs of mental decline. In fact, one study found that people prone to high levels of distress were twice as likely to develop symptoms of Alzheimer's disease after 5 years than those who were prone to low levels of distress. Further, adults who suffer from depression have a higher risk of developing Alzheimer's than those who show few or no depressive symptoms. So if you need some help calming down and relieving stress, be sure to head over to my episode library. I have a mindful meditation coach who offers some tips on how to relax yourself, how to relieve yourself when you're experiencing anxiety. So check it out. It's some really good information. So, guys, there you have it. Those are some tips to help us to ward off this disease of dementia that is affecting our community. And thank you so much for joining me, and I look forward to speaking with you again.